Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap in review, I'm having water, and tonight I'll be discussing Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. This is a book I got through the Libby app with my library. Of course, I'm going to give my honest opinion. These are the highlights. And there are no content warnings listed for this book, and having read it, I didn't see anything too extreme. My rating for this book is a 3.75, so what's it about? So, this book is about Emerson, who is a small bookstore owner in a small town, as well as the president of the Chamber of Commerce for her town. And she loves doing whatever she can, from helping out her neighbor to helping draw in tourists with all the festivals they host. Now, one of those festivals is coming up, and she's trying to draw in as many tourists as possible, but she's running into issues mostly due to her rivalry with Mayor Skip, who is resistant to anything she tries to do. This rivalry, however, has gotten out of hand as seemingly the mayor has sent paranormal creatures that should not exist after her to hurt her. But somehow she is able to fight them off, but how, she doesn't know. That is until her friends reveal that she is a witch. Now, she always knew she had descended from a woman that was hung during the witch trials, but that doesn't mean she ever thought witches truly existed. The crazy thing is that she has always been a witch, or at least always had the potential to be one, but when she failed the coming of age test, her memory was altered as a result. But with the resurgence of her powers and little memory of her training, she is left stumbling about while she tries to uncover this great evil that's been unleashed that is coming for not just her, but her town. Thankfully, she has her friends at her side to help her. But with the resurgence of her powers also brings back feelings that have been ignored when it comes to her childhood friend Jacob. Will they have enough time to explore these feelings and act on them before the great evil comes for them is the question. So, what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 3.75. Now, I do want to state I found the book to be interesting and it has a lot of potential. I enjoyed the plot with the conflicts that arose, and I will say I am not a huge lover of small town vibe tropes, but I did enjoy it with this book because it felt like a Witchy Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls, so that was really enjoyable. As well as I enjoyed the characters' main inside, as they were all different from one another with their own issues to resolve, which I'm excited to explore in future books, so I do plan to continue the series. But I went into this book expecting one thing and came out experiencing something different, so I don't think this book is being marketed correctly to target the right readers, or at least let them know what they're truly getting into when they read this book. Now, what I mean by that is this book is categorized as a romance and being described as a romantic comedy, and I personally don't think it falls quite within those guidelines. What I mean by that is the romance in this book is very much a subplot, a minor subplot at that, and I think that's mostly due to the fact that it relies on their friendship, the main character's friendship, as well as their past history of what could have been. But because this book is done solely from Emerson's POV and she doesn't quite remember things how they truly were, she's not really lamenting a lost relationship. It's just something that could have been but never did happen. And I do think perhaps if this had been a dual POV with Jacob, who does remember everything and is lamenting the fact that they can't be together, I think we definitely would have gotten a better romance subplot from that. Now, the big one for me is that this book is marketed as a rom-com, a comedy with romance, but other than some pranks they describe from their childhood, not a lot about this book was funny for me. I went into it expecting a cute, funny, romantic story, and that's not quite what I got. Instead, I think this book would be better marketed as maybe a contemporary paranormal fiction, but that may be incorrect. But again, I'm just trying to state this is not a romantic comedy. I did enjoy this book, and now that I have a better understanding of what this series is truly about, I do plan to read the next one, and I will probably enjoy it a lot more with those expectations properly set. Now, this book is currently available, and I strongly encourage you to give it a try for yourself, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.